Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for a manga review this time. My goodness, it's been a while since I've last done one. And this time I'll be covering the manga of Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 3-in-1, Volume 2, Volumes 4-6. Well, this has actually been a really good story. And I must admit, I have enjoyed reading Fullmetal Alchemist. I have a little bit of something to share at the end of the video. Well, in this, we have the cast of characters of Edward, Alphonse, Winry. Oh my goodness, she's an incredible character in this. Of course, we've got Roy Mustang, Scar, Gluttony, Lust, Maze Hughes, Alex Armstrong, Riniko Rockwell, and one more person which I haven't written down very clearly, but that's my fault on my behalf. But let's move on to what Volume 4 covers. Now, in Volume 4, we have Eric and Alphonse continue their battle with envy and lust until they end up finding out that they have like a person in common. And this leads to finally the end of the event, to which Eric and Alphonse are sort of like brought in by the military. And after this fight, Eric ends up in hospital. Winry actually travels to where Eric is, along with Alphonse, after his fight. And they're given some time to catch up within the story, but in this volume of Volume 4, there is actually a death in the story, which is really sad, and there's an investigation that comes in place because it all revolves around the Philosopher's Stone, to which Eric and Alphonse are looking for. Moving into Volume 5, Eric and Alphonse start to travel to Boomtown. One of the locations actually in Volume 4 is the hospital, the Hughes household, Central City, and as we move into Volume 2, we start to go into the location of Boomtown, and we later on go to Rush Valley, plus we get to see an island. Eric and Alphonse travel to Boomtown, to which they end up encountering someone who steals something important to Eric. And you get to learn and understand why this certain thing that was stolen from him is important, because you start to see it in the flashbacks. I really enjoyed what the storyteller told in this, and the art that went with it was really nice, along with the covers for the volume, or along with the cover for the volume. As the story continues, they finally catch up with the thief, and they learn why the thief has actually done what they've actually done. And it's basically the payback for prosthetics that he got to someone who did good by him. And he had it in his mind to, in turn, try to pay him back any way possible, even if it meant stealing valuables. Winry, who is also on the trip with Eric and Alphonse, decides to stay behind, and we start to slowly move into the crossover between Volumes 5 into 6, to which we start to see Eric and Alphonse start to go their way this continues. I don't know where this stopped at, so I'll go back to volume 5 in what I was trying to cover. Eric and Alphonse travel to Boomtown. There they make their way and end up encountering someone who steals something important to Eric, that being a pocket watch. And there's like some significant importance to this pocket watch, which has been stolen from him. They later catch up with the thief, or the person who actually stole the pocket watch, with him, and Winry is with him as well in Boomtown. And through this, they learn that the person who actually stole the pocket watch did it in a way to sort of like pay back someone who had given them prosthetics. So by that, they understand the events, and they end up going back. Winry and Eric and Alphonse all go back together to the person who actually made the prosthetics, and Winry's a little bit won over by the person who's actually done the prosthetics for this thief. And one of the things that you learn from the person that the thief is actually trying to pay back is that he didn't want him to steal valuables to try to pay him back. And they come up with an idea of how to bring like a restorative justice to the situation. In other words, to make up for the wrong he did. Well, not long after that, Winry stays behind, and through that, Eric and Alphonse start to make their way off to their teacher, the one who taught them alchemy. Her name being Izumi Curtis. And it was really nice in this, as they were, as you could see, on their train ride, and they're making their way to Rush Valley. And as you're seeing this, you start to see things in relation to their past, and you get to see them like as young kids, and start to grow up together, and also how they came to be under the service of their teacher, being Izumi Curtis. And one of the things that led to this is being thrown and put on an island to which they could not at all use any alchemy that they already know. And that leads to sort of like certain revelations being learnt by the characters, and I really enjoyed that. As they do finally catch up with Izumi Curtis, of course, she recognises that there's been a big change happen here, including like having a bit of a fight with them, and through that, they also start to learn a little bit about her backstory too, like through someone that's with her. And that is that she once tried to sacrifice someone to gain back a baby she lost. And it's a really heartfelt story, and you can understand why the character is a little bit harsh on the main characters. But you also get to see them share their backstory, like after the events that they left her, and what led to where they are today within the story. So, with that, I want to finish off around there and start to move in regards to the rating of the covers overall within this volume. So, for the covers overall, I gave them 7.5 out of 10, and I really think they worked with the story. The art within the story, I also gave a 7.5 out of 10. And for the actual story itself, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed what Hiromu Arakawa did in this, to which I'm going to share an important announcement at the end of this video, and that being that because I ended up enjoying these 3 volumes, of volumes 4, 5 and 6 of Fullmetal Alchemist. I am going to be expecting in the mail the Fullmetal Alchemist box set to turn up. I enjoyed these volumes so much that I thought, I gotta get the box set. I gotta stop getting it this way. I gotta get the box set. So I'm happy with that decision. And as far as I know, it probably won't be turning up until about April sometime. So until then, please don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you enjoy the content. Stay tuned for more manga reviews for when they do come up. And until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourselves an awesome day.